everyone, welcome. So class today is a little different. I've been talking about doing a wall-based class for a little while now, so that's today. So you don't absolutely need, but if you're using wall space, you need to set your mat up on a wall. If you have two mats, I would recommend you set them sort of in a T-shaped pattern, like you can see mine back here. So the ones against the wall for when we're sideways using, say, Warrior 2 with our back to the wall, so this way. And then we'll also face the wall using our hands and drawing our shin towards that wall. A couple other things we'll do with some props. We'll connect the block to the shin and press it into the wall. So if you're using a pillow or an extra mat or anything like that, you'll be connecting that to the wall. And then we'll also be putting ourselves against the wall. So again, all of these things can be done free of the wall if that suits you better. If you don't have any props at home, that is fine too. So make sure you have what you want to practice with, and we'll get started. So we're actually starting against a wall in a forward fold of form. So the two options I'll give you is you can walk backwards into the wall, take your feet as far back to it as you'd like, and then hang heavy in ragdoll. The other option is to actually walk into the wall. So you'll put your shoulders against the wall, walk as close to it as you want. Same thing, ragdoll, you can release the hands, or if it feels comfortable, you can let the hands come up the wall and just sort of rest vertically. So pick where you'd like to start this evening. Well, it's evening for me. But whenever you're practicing, so find where you'd like to start today and fold. So finding some form of Uttanasana, forward fold. And then from that fold, just find some heaviness. Putting as much of a bend in the knees as you can. Using the wall where it suits you for support. And just starting to tune into your breath. Letting it drag in and out, slowly, fully, and deeply. Filling up. And emptying. And just because you have connection to something like a wall doesn't mean you can't find some small movements. So either way, maybe you let the arms sort of dangle side to side. And then finding that stillness again if you found some movement. And if you have that ragdoll still, maybe you let the hands now shift up over the back if you have your hips to the wall, so knuckles to the sky, fingers interlaced. And if you were up the wall with your arms, you can keep them, or if you were in that ragdoll and want to try to let the arms lift, if you have the shoulders against the wall, you can take that option. Maybe letting the heel of the hand get a little closer together. Remember, towels and straps find space, so they bring your limbs to each other, maybe a little more accessibly, especially early in our practice. So if that suits you better, put that between the hands instead of finding fingertips. Just a couple more here. Take a breath. And empty. One more to stay. And let it go. Release your hands to earth. If you were facing the wall, meaning the back of your shoulders were against it, turn yourself around so your hips are towards it, and then we'll walk ourselves far enough forward to find all fours. So one thing with wall classes is you often have to adjust your space between the wall and your limbs. So that's fine. You'll just move as you need to. So it might not seem as connected as maybe a typical flow class, but that's okay. So you'll just adjust as you need. So from here in our table, we'll just warm up our spine a little. Spread the fingers wide, finding a nice flat back. And then inhale, drop the belly for your cow, lift and look up. And cat, round and spread the shoulder blades up and away. Inhale, open. So belly drops, heart lifts, throat opens. Maybe you look up. And then round, squeeze together. Pull the pelvis forward, press the shins towards earth. Inhale to open. Cow pose, big breath. Still keeping the belly engaged. And then exhale, tuck in, pull up from your root. So pelvic floor muscles draw inward and up. 2 more, breathe in to open. And breathe out to round. Another like that, in breath to open. And exhale to round. Come back to neutral. You'll turn the left toes behind you. Walk your right leg long. So side plank and get far enough away that you can stack that foot while stacking the left shoulder. So right foot connects. Foot is parallel to earth. So is the inner thigh. Right arm up to the sky, or it can stay on the hip. And then roll this left rib under, but squeeze the glutes. Really press that foot into the wall. So full connection. Right arm high, and then maybe arm over the ear. Breathe in. And breathe out. Filling up. Squeeze the belly empty. Right arm back up high. We'll keep the leg lifted, but turn the toes down. So put the hand on earth. Spin down. So now we're setting up spinal balance. Stack this right shoulder, so make sure right shoulder, elbow, and wrist are in a nice long line. Pull the belly up and in. And then the left arm can shoot long. If that's a lot, that left hand can stay on earth. Take a breath, reach, stay, breathe in, breathe out. 1 more, stay. We'll see if we can add a twist. So turn the left shoulder up, glue that foot back and kick. Stay, breathe in, hold, breathe out. Make sure that foot does not come off the wall, so connect it, press it back, really use the leg and the glute. And then as you're ready, close down your twists, let the right knee find earth. Cow to rinse it out, heart open. And cat, round. Come back to neutral, right toes turn out. And you'll open to the left side. So again, you'll have to adjust. Let that foot stamp firmly on the wall. And then pull this left shoulder up and above the right. Left hand to hip or left arm to the sky. Spread the fingers wide. Stamp the whole foot on that wall. Line the heel up with the glute. Down through the hip crease. Breathe in. Maybe this arm rolls overhead forward. Breathe out. You can look down at the right thumb up to the sky or to the side wall. 2 more, big breath. Stay. 1 more. Breath out, left arm high. Bring the hand to the earth. You'll square the chest off, square the foot, so keep it planted, hip height. And then right arm shoots forward. Belly pulls up and in. Both hip bones face earth. And the left shoulder is above the left wrist. Reach and lengthen. Stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Hold. Take an inhale. Get a little longer. And then see if you can find that twist. So rolling to the right this time. Pull the belly in. Twist from the midrib. Kick the heel. Breathe. Stay. 2 more. In breath. Open, press that whole foot. The last one. Slowly come back to earth. Cow pose, roll the heart up. And cat, tuck and round. Another like that, breathe in. And breathe out. One more, ripple open, in breath. And round together, exhale. Curl the toes with that rounded spine, take a breath. And then lift the hips down, dog. So check in with the feet, pull the belly up, press the shoulders back. So feet are about hip distance. You can take that right heel, it steps in and it kisses the instep or the arch of the left. And then thumbs are about 5 or 6 inches, so block width on its wide side apart. Come on up to your tiptoes, really start to lift and lengthen, and then let the heels reroute. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. Another like that, inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Let the feet walk to touch. And then right leg, you'll bend the knee to thread it up. And then again, plant the foot on that wall. Press into the ball of the foot to really lengthen the back of the left leg. That's the standing leg. So press down through the left heel. One more here. Stay. A little different. Press into the right foot now and see if you can lift the left heel. So taking that weight into the hands, making the shoulder start to fire up. Take a breath. Left heel down, root the heel, press through that right heel. Take a breath. Stay. Shift the weight to the ball of the right foot. See if you can float the left leg up. In breath. Exhale. One more. Set it to earth. Press through the right heel. One more to stay. And then let that right foot release, bending the knee. Up to toes. And sink the heels. So you'll bend the left knee. Thread it up. Connect it to your wall. And then press. So first we start to press to the whole foot. As you start to press the heel down, you'll notice you feel some space in the heels and the calves of both legs. So really driving down through the heels. And then switch that. Press up onto the ball of the left foot. Maybe float the right. Fan out the toes. Take a breath. And then sink that foot back down. Press through the heels. Breathe in. Press the shoulders back towards the hips. Press the whole hand to earth. Back to the ball of the left foot. Maybe float up the right. You don't have to. You can stay on tippy toes. One more to stay. And if you're not using a wall, you're just in a three-legged dog. One more. Let that heel drop. Press. Breathe in. Both feet to floor. Breathe out. Take an inhale. Come up to toes. Look at your thumbs and then come to the front of your mat for a fold. Let the head hang heavy. Give yourself a little hug. Stay here. Take a breath. Drain out. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Flatten and lengthen. Pull the spine long. And then exhale, fold. We'll come up to the sky. Grow tall. Reach up. Big breath. And then hands to your heart. Clip your hips. Draw your right knee up into your chest. Take a breath. And then step it back. So we're in a high lunge. Take an inhale. Stay. Maybe the arms release up high to the sky. Bend into that left knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Stay. Palms touch. Hands to heart. They frame the left foot and you'll turn yourself to the right. Inhale to lengthen wide. And then turn yourself back to the right again. So you're now facing that wall. So you'll step your right foot back about halfway and step the left foot up to meet it. Again, you might need to adjust here. So we're working to halfway lift off the wall. So as you come up to your halfway lift, let your hands find that wall. And if that means you need to walk back a little bit to get that nice, flat, long spine, feel free, adjust. A little softness in the back of the knees. Squeeze the shoulders. Press the palms completely into the wall and pull the belly up and in. Take a breath. Empty. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. As you fold down, walk yourself into the wall. Put your shoulders back against it and fold heavy. Breathe deep. Maybe the arms lift up to the sky. And breathe out. One more. Stay. Take a breath and then release the hands. Use that to help you just step back far enough that you can lift and lengthen off the shin bones. See if you can draw your crown towards the wall. Press the hands off the legs, and this time just the head connects. Feel the back of the legs build some space, and again adjust if you need. Take an in-breath. Exhale, forward fold. Round up, rolling nice and slowly to the sky. Big breath. Stay. Squeeze your glutes. Lift the left leg up in space. Take an in-breath. Hold. One more. Left foot to the back of your mat. High lunge. Sink into that right knee again. You can clip the hips for more stability. Press through the heels. So right heel towards earth, left heel towards the wall behind you. One more. Stay, arms reach. And then hands to the earth. Take a breath. Walk yourself to the left. Wide fold. Halfway up, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Come to the sky, circle up and wide. So get tall through that star. And then swan dive, wide fold, come down to earth. Inhale, lengthen. And then turn back to the left. Hands plant, and as you get to the front of your mat, step the left foot back to join the right, high plank. So shoulders over wrist, press earth away. If you prefer to drop your knees and pull up your toes, that's an option. Take a breath, pull forward, and then exhale, lower, slowly to earth. When you get to the mat, walk your hands back, hug the elbows, and then on your inhale, lift yourself up, baby cobra. Exhale, wave back down. On your next in-breath, come on up, cobra. Wave down. Inhale, lift up to that cobra or float the thighs. Heart forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips to the sky, down dog. Take a breath. Stay. Feet touch, right knee bends. Let that leg circle up, three-legged dog. You can leave it floating or let it connect to the wall. Rise high on that left foot, and then maybe this time, bend the left knee. Point the toe up to the sky if you'd like more. See if you can thread that foot up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, bend that knee. Set the left foot back to earth, sink the heel. Right foot releases, take a breath. Head heavy. Inhale, just arise on both toes. Exhale, sink. Bend the left knee, let it connect up and open, three-legged dog. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then maybe that foot connects to the wall. Rise high on the right foot. And then maybe instead of just floating the foot, you tuck the heel up. Maybe from there, you thread the foot up. Pull your belly in. Press up through the heel. Press the shoulders towards the hips. So one more. Thread that right foot back down, followed by the left. Take an in-breath. Rise to your toes. Bend your knees. Look at your thumb. And then come forward to a fold. Halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, head draws heavy. To the sky, big reach, come on up. And exhale, swan dive, flat back, arms out wide. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lift the chest, chair pose, come on up. And then scoop the belly, sit a little lower. One more here. Sitting a little deeper in your Utkatasana, stay. Stand up with that left leg. Hold. Shoulders down the back, take a breath. And then exhale, crescent lunge. Step that foot back. Check in with the right knee, sit into it, tuck the tailbone. Plug the shoulders down the back. Spread the fingers nice and wide, take a breath. And then maybe pull the arms out into goal pose. Pull the ribs back, open the chest, maybe look up, and pull the forearms together. We'll do that 2 more times. Big open lift, round together. Open, lift, breathe, and round together. Arms straight up to the sky, straighten the right leg, and then turn to your left. Legs wide, arms tall, take a breath, and then fold. Halfway up, breathe in, lengthen, turn to the left. So as you bend into that left knee, come on up, crescent lunge. Breathe in. And then right back into those goalposts. Open the chest, lift, wrap in. Big open, breathe. Pull together. 2 more like that. Inhale to open. Exhale, pull together. 1 more to open. Pull together. Arms tall, breathe in. Hands to earth. When you get there, the left foot steps back, and then the right foot steps up. So we're working to find that halfway lift with our hands on the wall. So feet together, come up, hands to shins first, and then find your placement. So if you find once you get there, you need to walk back a little further, do so. Arms lengthen out, belly tucks up, press away. Wrap the biceps into the ears. So starting to feel the side body really engage here. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more. We'll stay here. Ground through the right foot. Ground through the left foot, lift the right. So warrior 3. Put a bend in that left knee. Press the arms. Breathe in. Stay. 1 more. You'll keep your left hand there on the wall. Turn the hip open. And then maybe tiptoe these right fingers up the wall to a little claw. So Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. This left arm probably won't be straight. That's okay. Use the wall for support. Open the chest. And then adjust. Breathe in. Squeeze your belly. Breathe out. 1 more. Slowly let that right hand tiptoe down as you release the right foot. And then fold yourself in half. Just a traditional halfway lift, lengthen. And refold. We'll stand up from where we are just to rinse out, grow tall, lift. And spill, dive. So we're coming back to that halfway lift on the wall, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shin bones to start, and then fingers walk out forward. Nice flat spine, so we're sort of a L shape or a 7, an upside down L that is. Heels and toes root, take a breath, press away from the wall, but wrap the biceps in towards the ears. And then right foot roots, left leg threads back. Squeeze your center, press through the palms, take an inhale, kick that heel. The right hand stays on the wall, breathe in. Start to turn the hips up and open. This left hand will start to claw itself up the wall, opening the shoulder, stacking. You might find yourself tenting your right hand as well. Kick through the heel, flex the foot, root through that right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out, stack the left side body above the right. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more to stay. And then exhale, empty. Let that chest come back square. Let the left foot release. And then followed by the hands back to a fold of your choice. Ragdoll, you can take a gorilla or a big toe if you know those in your practice. Head hangs heavy. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more to stay. Empty. Hands slide up your shin bones, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. So you'll step yourself a little closer to the wall and then roll up slowly. Breathing in, grow tall. And then spill and dive. Fold down. This halfway lift is off the shins with the crown connected to the wall, so press your head long, press your hands, and then adjust the feet if you need. So really find some connection with the head, the wall, plug the shoulders back, hands off shin bones. One more. Fold, head heavy. Again, roll up so you don't smack your head off the wall. Grow tall into your chair pose. Bend the knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fill up. Empty. 2 more. Take a breath. Sit a little deeper. 1 more to stay. Let it drain out. Stand up, bring your left leg with you, and step it back. High lunge. So lengthen through that crescent, grow tall. Take a breath. Stay. 1 more. Empty, palms touch. Stay here, straighten right leg, take a breath, and then exhale, turn wide. Adjust the feet, arms out, breathe in. Wide fold, breathe out. Halfway up, lengthen. And exhale, just fold. Back to that halfway lift, breathe in. And turn yourself to the left. Spin under the ball of that right foot. Come on up, crescent, breathe. Sink through center, palms touch, take an inhale. And then hands through your middle, frame the foot. Step the left foot back to join the right. High plank. Hold your plank, take a breath. Drop the right knee. So we'll come back to where we started. Side plank. Right toes kick back. Left leg connects to the wall. So adjust as you need with the hand and the shoulder. Reach up, kick the foot. Arm over the ear. And breathe in, roll the top shoulder back. Breathe out, left arm back up high. And then hand to earth. Keep the leg. Square the chest and then spinal balance. Right arm long. Stay here. 1 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Press down through that left hand, twist up, right arm high. And if you'd like, take that foot off the wall, reach for the instep. Or the inner ankle, twisting open. Pull that thigh up, roll through the mid-spine, look over the right shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more. Stay, unwind, long reach. All 4s. Cow pose to rinse out, heart up and open. And cow. Come back to neutral, kick the left toes out. And the right leg steps long into the wall. Adjust the hands and the knee as you need. Peel yourself up. Heel and toes line up. Reach, squeeze the foot to the wall, so full connection. And then arm over your ear. Left hand, fingers are spreading wide into earth. Take a breath. Empty. 1 more. Hold, right arm high. And the hand comes down to earth. Square that foot. Left arm long. Breathe in, reach. Stay. So stacking the right shoulder, spinal balance. So lengthening fingers to toes. And then we'll add that twist. Left arm high, reach it up. So same, you can stay here or let that foot come off the wall, reach for the inner ankle. Kick up and open. Big breath. Stay. 1 more. Empty. Unwind. And then hand to earth, followed by the knee. Curl the toes. Take a breath. Roll open into your cow. And then round up and into your down dog through cat. Inhale to rise. Put a bend in the knees. Look forward. Come up to the front of your mat for a fold. So we'll just rinse that out with a couple traditional sun A's. Halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold heavy. Come up to the sky, big reach, grow tall, arms up high. Spill and dive. Halfway up, breathe in, lengthen. And then hands to earth, feet step back, high plank. Pull forward on your inhale. Halfway or to earth, chaturanga. Toes flip, heart lifts, breathe in, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, downward facing. Rise to your toes, put a bend in your knees, look forward. Come up to the front of your mat for a fold. You can walk, you can step, or you can hop. Flatten and lengthen, lift halfway up. Fold yourself together. Reach and rise, big breath. We'll add a chair pose. Exhale, sink. Stand up, grow tall. Spill and dive. Breathe in, flatten out, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low, hands plant. You can hop the feet back or step them back and lower through center. Heart forward to your Cobra Bhujangasana or Up Dog Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then down dog, hips back. Just 2 more before we take a rest. And remember, you can always rest at any point. To toes, bend and look. Breathe. Walk yourself to the front or find a hop up between the hands. Flatten and lengthen. Back, it's really long. Squeeze the belly, tuck the spine towards the ribs and vice versa. And then fold heavy. Reach and circle, big breath, grow tall. Back into that chair, Utkatasana, sit down. Reach and rise, come on up, pull tall, spill and fold, falling lightly, just like a feather. Come back up and flatten, re-lengthen. Your high to low, Chaturanga Dandasana. Pull forward, your back bend of choice. And hips to the sky. The last one like that, inhale, come on up, get a little taller on the toes, keep the hips high. And then walk, step, or if you're hopping, see if you can do so without sound, using the belly to connect that movement. Peel up to your half lift and lengthen. Fold, tuck down. Reach and rise. Big circle. Lift the front of the legs, so up through the quads, and then sit down. Use the glutes to drive that movement. Stand back up, squeeze and lift. Fall like a feather, arms graze the walls to your left and your right. Halfway up, breathe in. And high to low, Chaturanga. Up and open, lift your chest. And exhale, lift your head. So we're ending in a child's pose. You can either drop the knees from where you are and take a traditional child's pose, or you can walk your hands back towards your toes and sort of turn yourself around so you face the wall. And then you'll drop your knees that way. And your hands will tent on the wall at any height, and you'll let yourself fold through the arms. Or just a little more of a shoulder rinse out. If you prefer to take a prop and put it under your floating head, that's an option. And remember, you can keep your hands fairly low. You can put them way up high. You can be close or far from the wall. So it's really personal preference. Just taking a few more moments here just for you in your breath and your space. And then as you're ready, find your way back to a fold facing the wall. So you'll walk your shoulders to the wall, head heavy, feet as wide as you'd like. And then your arms can float up, or they can interlace and the pinkies can press towards the wall, or you can let them hang in ragdoll. And then as you feel ready, you'll release the hands, walk yourself back. You'll turn to your left. So we're keeping our right hip to our wall. And then let yourself roll up as slowly as possible. So from here, I want you to let this left arm extend forward. And then your right arm will extend back behind you. So you're twisting to the wall. The catch to that is you're working to keep this hip against it. So you'll pin that hip and let the shoulder open. So palm and inner arm against the wall. And then left arm forward. This left arm does not need to connect. It might. Let me slide back here a little bit for you. But what I want is your right armpit, your right ribs, and your right hip connected to the wall, so you're not trying to face it with the chest. We want the chest facing away from the wall. So keep your right ear facing the right wall. Let the left finger tent and just start to notice that space in the shoulder. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more, we'll keep the arms. You'll turn and face the wall completely, and then go the other way. So left hip pins to the wall, so does the left armpit, right fingers tent, and your left ear is facing your wall. Tuck the pelvis, lift the glutes, roll that left shoulder open. One more. Stay. So we're switching the arms. Let them come up to the sky. Let the left shoulder connect to the wall. Back of the hand does as well. Right shoulder behind. You're only twisting this right side as far open as you can keep the left hip and left shoulder glued to the wall. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe look over that right side. Squeeze the thighs together. One more. Stay. Arms don't change. Turn to face away from the wall. So now I have my full back connected. And I'm turning to put my right hip. So my left hip and my left arm are away from the wall. We'll let that left arm start to work back to it, but it doesn't matter if it touches. So mine has about 4 inches of space between the wall. My right shoulder is connected, and I'm drawing my left hip forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. You can look back at the left thumb or forward at the right. One more to stay. Empty. Let the arms come straight up to the sky. And then hands to your heart. So you take a big step forward with the right foot and a big step back with the left. And then turn that left foot on a 90. So open the chest and bend the right knee, and then let the arms come out. So you are in Warrior Two with connection to the wall. So your left heel is connected, your right hip is connected, your left hip's pulling back towards it. Trying to pull these ribs up against the wall and right above the glutes. And then look to the right. So really lean the chest back, roll that right knee back. See if you can connect the right knee, the right thigh, and the right foot to your wall. And then just sink. Maybe you play around with the arms. So maybe you float a reverse, and maybe you float a side angle. All with connection of the shoulders against the wall. Reverse. And maybe a side angle. 2 more like that. Reverse. Side angle. 1 more big reverse. And just Warrior Two. So we'll straighten the right leg. We'll turn that foot. So readjust. And then the left foot spins to face the short edge of your mat. So we now are working to bend in this left knee. Peel both hips back against the wall, so with the shoulders, we're not trying to lean in, we're trying to pull that left shin down and forward. Tuck the right hip down, arms glued to the wall, look to the left. Pull the belly in, take a breath, stay. And again, maybe work some movement, maybe not. So maybe we slide into reverse, and then maybe we slide into side angle. Slide up and into that reverse, and into your Parshvottanasana side angle. Big reverse, and Parshvottanasana side angle. One more, breathe in, reverse, and just warrior two. Straighten that leg, turn the toes, bring the hands to the heart. And then with your hips on the wall, fold yourself down. Use your hands as needed. And then see if you can walk yourself a little closer to that wall from your wide fold. And maybe you're far off from that, that's fine. Work with where you're going in your wide fold here. Let the head be heavy. One more to stay. Empty. As you're ready, walk yourself to a wide-legged down dog. So hands walk out forward. Hips stay lifted. Take a breath. Let it go. One more. Stay. As you walk your hands back, toe heel your feet in, so you're at a traditional fold at the back of your mat. And then inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, Utkatasana, but let your hips connect to your wall. And then from there, see if you can lift the chest. With your hips connected, see if you can walk the shoulders back and sink down. You might need to adjust these feet out so the knees don't poke down over the toes. If you want to play around with a little arm space, see if you can lift the arms up against the wall and then sit a little lower. Tuck the pelvis, breathe in. Press the low spine back to your wall, breathe out. Can you sit just a little deeper? Maybe let these arms come out to goal pose. Playing around with some space in this shoulder, so really trying to press the shoulder back and the palms back without letting a big arch develop in the low back. Two more, breathe in. Sit a little lower, breathe out. One more. Stay. You can try to slide back up or palms slide down and then use them to press you up. Walk away from your wall and fold in half. On your next inhale, hands forward, feet back, finding your way to a high plank. Hold. Take a breath, pull forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Up and open, big breath. And exhale, hips to the sky. So we'll do one more little thing with the wall to our back for standing, and then we'll come to face it for some warrior two work as well. So from here, let the right leg slowly circle up. See if you can lengthen it away from the wall. And then right knee through the chest, set it through the hands. So double blocks, if you have them, are helpful. They're coming under your hands at the front of your mat. And we'll lift off of them. So you may need to adjust how far away you are from the wall. So we're working to let this left foot connect in warrior three. So just like we did on earth, we'll take those same three components here. So press the earth away, square the hips, lengthen, breathe in, breathe out. Take your right hand, step it a little further forward, turn the left toes open to the left. A little softness in that right knee. And then roll up and open, Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Really press that foot into the wall to really activate the glue. Lengthen up through center. Stay. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Let the left hand come back to a block. Spin the foot down. And then see if you can find standing spinal balance. So right arm long. Breathe in. Breathe out. We'll find that revolved moon. So take an inhale, roll the right shoulder up. Press that foot back, squeeze your quad. Open the chest, kick the heel. One more to stay. And then hand down, let the left foot join the right. And just fold, let your block set off to the side. Take a breath. Empty, halfway lift. Our feet should be fairly close to where we need them. Refine your blocks. And then the blocks are about a foot in front of those toes, so they're under the shoulders. So we have a nice flat back here, and then we lift our right leg back to the wall. If you feel you need to hop your foot back at all or adjust, give it a wiggle. And then check in. Really engage the glute. Press through the back of the heel. Make sure the whole foot is connected. Stay. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more. Stay. You'll take this block in your left hand and step it forward. So when you get it up a little ahead of the right, hand presses. Turn the right toes to the right. And then roll the right shoulder up and above the left. Glue that whole foot, lift and lengthen. Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. Roll the belly back towards the spine, so squeezing the rib cage back. And then maybe you look up to the right. Stay a little light on that left hand. It shouldn't be taking a whole lot of weight. One more. Let the right hand come back to earth, square the hip. Square the foot, and then standing spinal balance. Left arm comes long. Reach it, lengthen. You can stay, or the revolved moon. If you need to adjust this right block a little forward, and then turn left arm up. So Pavarita Ardha Chandrasana, revolved, balancing half moon. Roll through the mid-belly, reach up, take a breath, stay. One more. And then let the hand come down, let the right foot release. You'll slide your blocks off to the side and then just walk yourself to the front of your mat. You were probably a little more towards the middle. Head falls heavy. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale to fold. Come on up, reach. Spill and dive. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands down. High to low. Up and open, big breath. Squeeze your glutes, lift your chest. Exhale, hips to the sky. Take that left leg up and open just to rinse out and even out. And then let that foot slowly come back to earth. Take a breath. Stay. Roll the knees to earth, finding a traditional child's pose for just a moment here. And when you find that child's pose, find some heaviness, melt. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one to stay. Take a breath. Let it go. And then coming back up to down dog, but if you're looking to use those blocks against the wall, make sure they're at the back of your mat. If you have cork ones and foam ones, I would recommend for this you use the foam ones. So make sure those are placed closest to the wall behind you. And then we'll find down dog as you're ready. Take a breath. and let it go. Up to toes, put a bend in the knees, look forward. And then come up to the front of your mat, however you'd like to get there. And just making sure you're using your belly to do so. Let the hands drape over the back of the neck, and then roll yourself up slowly. When you get to the top, open the chest, let the arms come down to the sides, and then hands to hips. Draw your right knee up into your chest, flex your foot, stay here. Take a breath, hug the shoulders back, empty. One more, stay, big breath in, and then right foot to the back of your mat. So we're back into our high lunge. Left knee bends nice and deep, arms circle up, take a breath, empty. Straighten the left leg, pull the thighs together, and then exhale, sit down. Stand up, this time a little different. Bend the right knee, lean the chest forward. Come on up, crescent lunge, bend into left, straighten right. Straighten right, or straighten left, bend right, arms wing back. Arms up, left knee bends, press through the right heel, crescent lunge. And then switch, bend right, left leg straightens, hinge. Just one more like that, bend left, straighten and lift. You can always skip the arms as well as you bend the right, straighten the left and hinge. Come back through crescent, reach up. And then open warrior two. Take your right hand and connect it to the wall. See if you can walk your pinky edge side of your right foot back to the wall as well and really press. So right hand, right foot are connected, left arm's floating, hold. Big breath in, then a breath out. Two more, take an in breath. Exhale, press through the right hand, draw the left shin forward. Last one to stay. Empty, keep the legs, left arm high, let the right hand drop, and if you have the space, maybe let these left fingers tent and connect to the wall. If they do, press the right arm away. Breathe in. Squeeze that right glute. Breathe out. Big back bend. One more. Stay. Arms come out wide. Left leg straightens. Turn the left toes. So you'll turn your right toes. The big toe connects to the edge of your wall. You'll find your block. So your block is either going to stay vertical and let the shin connect, or if you need more space, it'll go horizontal and connect. So either this way or this way. And then you let it connect right below the knee. So we want it on the shin bone. And then arms come out again. The right hand connects to the wall, but it's pushing you back. And you're pushing that shin into the wall. This left foot is staying parallel, pull up from your root, so lift through center and hold. Breathe in, breathe out. So we'll see if we can find our way to crescent lunge without losing this block. So left arm sweeps. You'll use your hands on the wall, adjust the left foot, turn forward, and then maybe lift the chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's see if we can come back. One more here. Stay. Palms touch. Take a breath. Spin the left foot down. Adjust that leg. Stack the shoulders over the waist. Hold here. Reverse it. Right arm up. And then side angle. Right forearm, right thigh. Left arm to the sky. Or again, it can tent over and reach up on an angle using that left claw that's connected to help roll the shoulder back. Maybe this right arm floats inside this leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just one more here. Stay. Come back to long arms. Grab your block on the way. Set it down and end in a wide fold. Head is heavy. Maybe hands interlace and the knuckles spill overhead. If you're a headstander and you have that type of practice in this fold, if you prefer to play, you're welcome to do so. You also have wall space very close to you. You can turn back to your right and use that if that's your thing. We have 5 more breaths in this fold. If you are folding and have the space and your head connects to earth like mine does right here, but you're not looking to headstand at the moment, you can walk 1 foot in so that then you have a little further to try and fold, just building a little more space in the back of the legs. If you have your hands interlaced, let them come to your tailbone and then to earth. We'll re-lengthen to a nice flat back, either all on earth, shins, or your block. And then as you fold, turn to your left, low lunge. Plant the palms, take a breath. Either step forward and we'll catch up with you in a moment, or high to low. Left foot steps back, it can float for more. Up and open on your in-breath. And then exhale, hips to the sky. If you took that fold, we'll come to meet you, so stay put. Those of you that took down dog or the vinyasa, come up to your toes, bend in the knees, look forward. And then find your way to the front. Halfway lift, breathe in. Full, let the feet get a little wider. Interlace the hands behind the neck and elbows hug towards the forehead. So that's just reminding you to keep your chin tucked as we roll as slowly as we can up to the sky. Shoulders peel wide. And then arms to your sides. Hands to hips, squeeze the belly, left leg lifts up in space. Take a breath. Empty. 1 more. Thread that left foot back, crescent lunge. So make sure your feet have space right to left. So we're not heel to heel, but we have hip distance. So between where the feet line up. That gives you a good base. Arms up or they stay to your hips. So take a breath. Empty. We'll just straighten the first time. Breathe in. So we'll work a little space here. Sink down. Inhale up. This time, bend that left knee, hinge the chest. Rebend the right, arms to the sky, lift up. Straighten, bend, left, hinge. Go sweep up, right knee bends, crescent. Remember, you can do this with your hands on your hips. Left knee bends, right leg straightens, wing forward. 2 more, press up, lift the chest. Slide and bend. And last one, circle up, reach. Press through the left heel. And then bend that knee, sweep. Come on up, inhale. And exhale, turn open, warrior 2. So again, we'll adjust the feet. You want to get this left foot all the way against the wall. Bend into this right. Left hand connects. So you're pressing a flat palm, sinking into the right, and the right arm comes out. Breathe in and breathe out. Seal the outside edge of that pinky toe and the heel side down into that baseboard or the edge of your wall. Reach and get a little longer. And then as you take a full breath in, sit. Inhale, reach up, reverse. And then maybe those fingers connect. If they do, maybe this left arm reaches forward for a nice deep back bend. Only doing so if you can keep the nice deep bend you started with in that right knee. 1 more. Stay. Come back to your warrior 2. Take a breath. Hold. Straighten right. Turn the toes. Hands to hips. And then warrior 2 to the left. So you'll adjust so this big toe presses to the wall. This right foot's on 90. And then we'll bend that knee. We'll find our block on whatever connection we were using. And then left hand tense, right arm back. Seal the outside edge of that right foot down. Press here. Take a breath. Empty. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we'll work through to a crescent lunge and then we'll come back. So circle the hands to face, adjust and spin onto that foot, and then arms up to the sky. Press through the heel and then maybe back out to goal post. See how that feels. Press that block against the wall firmly. Pull the belly in, arms up, high reach. Back open, warrior two. So here we have the option to reverse and side angle, maybe connecting that hand. Reverse, finding movement if that feels good, or stillness. Parshva Konasana, side angle. Inhale, big sweep up. We'll land in reverse, and then we'll stay in side angle for just a moment. Right finger's tent, left hand can be on that leg. You can also use a second block inside that foot, or you can let that arm float. One more here. Stay. Come back up to your warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Find that block as you straighten the leg, turn the toes, and fold it wide. So we're not staying this time. Lift and lengthen halfway. Turn yourself to your right. Plant your palms. Choose again to either step forward or float that right leg. Chaturanga. Up and open, big breath. And exhale, hips to the sky. Take a breath. Empty. If you took a fold at the front of your mat, find your way back to a dog, down dog. And then we'll all tiptoe our hands towards our feet. And we're turning around. So a little different than halfway lift. This will be to your own degree of a fold. So you'll just walk your hands up the wall. And then you'll try to fold through the arms. So soften the knees, take them maybe as wide as you'd like. And just rinse out the shoulders. So if you already did this in child's pose, you might be familiar with the sensation. And if not, play around with how high or low you'd prefer your hands to be. One more here. Stay. Release the hands. And then find yourself into a table. So we'll cross the ankles and have a seat. We're facing our wall. And then we'll slide to it. So we're working our hips here in a reclined pigeon on the wall. So when you feel ready to lay down, go ahead and find earth. And again, just like most of our practice, you might have to adjust yourself as we go, but we'll start with the feet on the wall. Shins are parallel to your ceiling. And then right leg up and in space. You'll cross the right ankle over the left knee for a figure four. So you can adjust how close the hips are to the wall or how far away, and that will change your sensation. You can also press the palms down and lift up. Or another option is you can straighten that heel and press the leg away as well. So lots of options. Find where it gives you the most sensation. We want this shin parallel to the ceiling. The right foot is parallel to the wall to your left. And the left knee is at a 90-degree bend if you're keeping it at that angle. And if you're straightening it up or walking the hips a little closer, that angle will change. But that's our starting point. And then just close the eyes once you've found your space. And breathe. If you prefer traditional reclined pigeon, you can always thread up and grab that leg and pull it in. And you'll also get more sensation, for me at least personally, if I get a little closer to the wall. So if I sort of inch my hips in, and then I maybe give that right leg a little self-adjust towards the wall space from the thigh and the calf. I feel it a little deeper for myself. Just a couple more here. Take a breath. And let it go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one here. Empty. As you feel ready, unwind that foot back next to the left. We'll take a little back bend first, so hands down, feet stay on the wall, and then just lift up onto your shoulders. So you can stay here. You can walk the shoulders a little under. If you want more, you can lift up onto the toes. If you want even more, again, the feet just start to walk up a little taller. If this does not feel good on your neck, if you have any limitations with the head, the back, the neck, the shoulders, maybe a traditional bridge is more suited for you, or maybe you stay in this bent knee, lifted hip variety. So finding whatever works, start to think of bringing the sternum up to the throat, so lifting up through the front, so starting to create that arch in the low back. And then as you're ready, rolling that down one vertebrae at a time, really slow. And we'll see if we can press it up 3 times. So roll up, breathe in, lift. Control, roll through the shoulders, the mid-back. Just let the hips hover, and then try that again. Press up one more time, rolling slowly. And back down. This time the hips connect to earth, adjust as needed. And then left leg crosses right. So using a wall for our half pigeon today. And again, you can let the hands help roll that left thigh. Make sure you're not pressing on the knee joint, but you're on the meaty, sort of fleshiest part of the calf and the thigh. Flex the right foot. Shoulders and low back to earth. And don't forget to breathe. Just a couple more right where you are here. Take a breath. Empty. And again, remember those options. You can let the heel come up. You can walk closer. You can lift up as well, just like we were in our in our back bend variety. So lots of options. And then from here, as you feel ready, releasing that left foot. We'll let the soles of the feet come together and the knees roll away. So you can let that height change. You can also sort of plant your hands behind your shoulders and wiggle yourself in a little closer. And just see how it feels. So play around with your space. See what it feels like on your body. So wall classes are super unique in the sense that how it feels for you is very different than how it feels for anyone else. How your body connects to that space and how you move through it. So see how things feel. And then in this Supta Baddha, if you'd like something just a little bit more fiery, you can press into the feet, hands to earth, and then see if you can lift the hips up. So you still have the pinky edge side of the feet connected to the wall. The soles of the feet are still connected to each other. Your shoulders and arms are pressing into earth, and then you're lifting up through the inner hip crease. Squeezing the glutes in to support that lift, pressing the feet into the wall, but keeping the knees rolling open and away. One more if you chose that option. And then slowly let it come down. You'll plant both feet on earth, but the knees close together, arms out to a T. And then just let the feet slide towards the right. Supine twist, look to the left. You might notice this feels a little more intense since the feet are planted on the wall at the same space. And if you need to move away or adjust, that is an option. Looking long right. Stay for one more. Empty. Tiptoe the feet back up the wall slowly. Start at center. So feet touch, knees touch. And then let them connect over to the left and then look to your right. Healing open. Wringing out. Breathing. And one more here. Take a breath. Stay. Back up. And then we'll work to take an inversion here. Lots of options. The most restorative is just to bring those legs up the wall. You can put a block under your hips. You can inch yourself a little closer to the wall. If you like to take straddles, you can use the wall to find a straddle. Arms can come out to any place that you choose. Take a moment here and just find some breath. If you're looking for a higher supported shoulder stand variety and you don't have any limitations, so no injuries or anything that cause you pain in your neck, your shoulders, your head, your back, any pressure issues with your eyes or anything like that, if you are free of those limitations and this is okay for your practice, you can start to plant the feet, and again, shoulders walk under. Maybe you stay with bent knees, or maybe like a reclined or a reverse plank. Press the hands in towards the baseboard, point up through the toes, and then lift up through the pelvis. And again, if that does not feel good on the neck space, the shoulder space, anything with the head, the crown, anything like that, come back out. So continuing to find a space that suits you to invert. Just a couple more where you are. We have one more pose. We'll do dead bug on the wall. You are welcome to do the traditional version, holding the feet. If you took anything where you lifted away from earth or came onto your head for your inversion, come back to hips to the wall, legs up it. You'll bend the knees, but take them wide. So plant the soles of the feet. And then again, maybe you just lift. Maybe that lift is a little taller. And maybe you don't lift at all. So maybe you just let the heels sort of tuck down. Tightening the space and just sort of working into the hip crease. Arms can come out to cactus arms. And again, if you prefer the traditional dead bug where the feet are up to the sky and you reach for the feet, that is completely fine as well. And then a couple options for final rest today. Traditional Shavasana, always an option. The easiest route is to sort of spill off to your side and then turn around. If you'd like to come back to some part of your legs up a wall, you can just let them re-lift. And maybe you take them into a nice wide straddle. You can also flip onto your belly if that is a place that you like to take a final rest. Or that Supta Baddha variety where the soles of the feet are together, the pinky edges are on the wall, so that is an option as well. And then as you get to where you're going, start to soften. So start with the gaze, your drishti. Let the eyes soften or close. And then let the muscles in the face follow suit. So unclench the jaw and the brow. Let the teeth have some space between them. And then start to unwind fingers and toes, so resisting the urge to make fists or curl the toes into the body and just letting them be. And starting to find heaviness through the remainder of the limbs and the mid-torso, letting its connection to earth remind you of your connection to yourself, your grounding center. Finding heaviness as it suits you. And then tune in to your breath. Start to let it return back to its natural state. Let you spend the next few moments here in silence before we find our way to a seat. So soften, settle, absorb. Slowly starting to invite movement to return to your body. Gently removing any props and sliding the legs down into chest center away from a wall if they remain there. And then as you feel ready, rolling to your right side for just another moment where you are. Know that you are enough. Love yourself always and tune into you. Check in, assess, regroup, step right or left, forward or back. Adjust your path as you need. For you are the only one on that journey. You may invite others to join. You may ask opinions or thoughts. But ultimately it comes to you. So do not let the influences of others drive your path, your pattern, or your decisions. For they are yours and yours alone. Trust your gut. Trust you. For that is important. You live with yourself daily. So become friends. Care for one another. Find love for you. For what you put out is what you get. So if you start with a kind and loving soul, it will return to you as well. As you feel ready, come to a seat, hands draw to the center of your chest, Anjali Mudra, letting the thumbs press into the sternum, just taking notice of the heartbeat. I thank you for sharing your practice, your journey, and your path with me today and always. The light in my heart honors and greets the light in yours. Letting our thumbs draw up to our third eye, our eye of intuition, knowing that you truly are a blessing. Namaste. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I look forward to continuing to catch up with you on videos. Again, send your feedback if you have any thoughts, questions, comments. Happy to answer them. Again, my name's Amanda. If you do not live in the Pittsburgh area, that's where I'm from. So I teach at 5 local studios around here. And if you are around here, I look forward to seeing you when we get the go-ahead to reopen, hopefully in a few more weeks here. So stay safe, stay well, stay home, and we'll stay in touch. Namaste.